I was thinking the whole thing of like in hip hop, there's no fags allowed kind of thing. It's kind of the same concept. You know, they ain't putting the sign on the door, but you know, they're making it loud and clear. They don't want fags allowed. I talked to homeboy Dutch boy in New York and kind of told him the concept. So we just kind of flipped it on everyone, like, you know, if you want to make faggot a bad word, then you're the faggot. No fag allowed! No fag allowed! Yeah, so I want to spark something, spark the emotion in people. I'd love to have all these little gay kids just screaming, no fags allowed, right back at all these straight kids, and it's like, you know, they ain't even gonna understand what the hell's going on.
The mainstream isn't being exposed to a broad enough base of what hip hop is.
There's a lot of different ways that people do create hip hop.
I'll show you how. I'll show you how to love me. You can't stop trying. I'll show you how to love me.
I thought I was the only gay rapper in the world, really.
I thought I was going to be the first one.
I'm not a part of the hip hop community. I'm not accepted as a part of any hip hop community.
I'm a hip hop artist who's gay. I don't do gay hip hop.
The ideal world would be where we don't have gay hip hop. You know, the ideal world would be where we could step into the hip hop world and be openly gay and not be judged on that fact.
As soon as you put gay on something, a lot of people just take off running and they don't give things a chance.
Not everybody has the balls to be honest and open about what they do.
If I'm talking about gay stuff in my songs because I'm expressing myself as a gay man going to gay clubs and shagging gay men, then I have to be a gay rapper.
I'm not gonna get invited to, like, you know, the Dinah Shore weekend, you know, like those kind of lesbian things.
It's alright for poets to be gay, but not rappers.
Hip-hop at its root is kind of a culture of angry young men. And it's also a culture of people saying what's on their mind, regardless whether it's appropriate or not. And in one sense, there's something very beautiful about that, because our society is very afraid of our angry young men and what they have to say. And it's one venue.
And now they're going to be afraid of angry gay men.
I'm that faggot with a gat, you know, here comes, you know, I'm out for the attack.
You know what? We've gotten these opportunities. We have to tell these stories while we're here.
I first seen Dutch Boy perform when I was barely coming out.
It's like, holy crap, queers making hip hop?
Yeah, I thought it was just gonna be a bunch of like, maybe more like Nelly gay folks, man, you know, just whatever. Like.
It was at a little gay youth dance, like 18 and under or some shit like that.
You know, I was 17, I just boggled my mind.
When I was like, a gay hip hop, rainbow flavor, that sounds really gay.
I guess I just wasn't expecting the talent, man.
I was shocked. And then when we started talking, they were just awesome and great. And we just started keeping in contact since then.
I wanted there to be a public record. I mean, be it electronic record that someone can access, be it a copyright that someone can access through the Library of Congress. I wanted people to be able to access the record of the record. You know, that this was something that happened, this was when it happened. And this is when this was recorded as a fixed document, so someone couldn't come in later and say, well, they were this, or well, they weren't really queer, or they weren't, you know. I didn't want someone to be able to do that.
Thank you for supporting us, and we're gonna give it up a little for y'all. Queer boy doing hip hop is a revolutionary act. Queer girls doing hip hop is a revolutionary act. We are daring our tongues to be rebellious, shameless, rhythmic, and incantation with Holy Spirits, born of them Banji boy MCs and dear it, society fear it, and never ever wanna get near it. Gay lyric.
Me and other people in DDC and Dutch Boy and everybody here, we decided to enter the game, enter the hip hop game, because we didn't like what we were hearing. You know, I got tired of going to gay clubs and hearing people call me faggot from the speakers. You know, so for my thing is like, we actually have to create the music that we can play in the club, so I can be like, oh, that's my boyfriend, and he's a cutie, You're looking back at me, yeah.
Yeah, I'm out, and you done run straight out of luck. Another punk enters the cipher, smoke this blunt, styles like monk, blasting southern speakers like crunk. You hate on a brother way too much, and duck and sit whenever you're drunk. I suggest you check your estrogen levels, or that spit you claim is next shit, but it's common as devils.
Sideways with games and all the lights refract through the cracks and slice from your aunts and friends, Karenga-ite to like Papaya Queens and Dyke. That's why I write the track, and when it's time to fight, you know I got your back. Like all my kids to smack that know the time to twist with high heels and hammerheads and bats and fists. And we out, 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 and we out. Cause in the hood we out, it's getting good, we out. We here to flirt, we out. You getting hurt, we out. We here to bust, we out. So nigga trust, we out. We here to twist, we out. To bend your wrist, we out.
We do a Bonnie and Bonnie from the Bay to Japan, swimming money tsunami. They call me Jen Rowe, known as a lesbian dyke, known for taking the ladies and rocking the mic.
I came out in 8th grade. I came out to a boy at my school. My friend Duilio was the first person I ever came out to, because I knew he was gay too, because just the way he acted. I had mentioned something about a youth group, a gay youth group, and he knew about it, and so he was the first person I told. And I told my friends before I told my family.
It's such uber puffed up like peacock masculinity in hip hop that like any kind of like effeminate males or any kind of fringe culture that actually enters into it, it's like too much. They feel like it'll collapse hip hop or something. Rap is sexual in nature, like it's carnal. It's about like the rawest part of human nature, which is why it's so threatening to have queers try and be a part of it. Can't have the gays involved in it, you know, like we're not gay, I'm not gay, you know. I want to make hip-hop specifically for queers. Because we have nothing. Like, the point of all of it is, like, even if it isn't a gigantic movement, even if it's happening in a little bubble, it's like there's enough queers right now that love hip-hop, that grew up on hip-hop, that need some kind of, like, positive affirmation in their hip-hop. Or just something that doesn't fucking tear them down.
Thanks, you guys. Hey, and by the way, if you were wondering where my mom is to swaddle all of those bad feelings, she's in the second row. And there's my dad. They love their transgender child. That's right.
He introduced us to the audience, and I was overwhelmed by the audience reaction. It's like, parents are there?
Yeah, they gave him a standing ovation.
It's like, well, where else would we be? You know, why isn't everybody's? It sort of opened my eyes to the fact that, you know, maybe we're not average, typical.
Normal?
Yeah, normal. Huh.
Gotta keep rolling, so tired of pain, and baby, gotta keep rolling, and so much to gain.
When I was younger, I was a gospel singer, and sort of kind of how I got into the gay hip hop thing is that I started singing. I was gay, but I started singing for, obviously I was singing, went to college, got more into hip hop and combining singing with rhyming.
We've been having this argument, you know, well, friendly, genteel discussion all day about gay, about gay hip hop versus hip hop artists who are gay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here with no pink flags marching up and down with turntables. You know what I'm saying?
Basically, I made a decision that I wanted to address these issues more than I wanted to get rich.